This is the application for the Deco BE2300. This is your front page, your command center as it were, to give you an idea of everything that's going on. You've got your network name, you've got your internet speed and Wi-Fi settings right here at the top. So if I select this, I can run a speed test and it lets me know the service that it's actually using for the speed test. So that was the privacy notice there. And you're gonna see it's gonna go through a little animation. It's got a little drop down here if you want to see previous tests, but I would not interrupt the test itself while it's going on. But there's a nice little animation kind of showing the download versus upload. See, right now it's on the upload, which is why it's going up. Green would be downloading in the opposite direction. And it gives you a readout, which you can share. So your download speed, your upload speed, your ping rate, your jitter, and then it gives you an idea of what can you do with these kinds of speeds. And if you scroll down here, it kind of gives you a history. There's your download, there's your upload, and then a running tally of when you did this. Likewise, if you select over here, it kind of puts that all in one place. So I like that it's up front, really easy to get to. We have our Wi-Fi settings. So you've got name, password, you can show your password. You see this is a weak password because I have this set up at a friend's house and this is how they like it set up. Advanced, well, you could see your security, your bands, your channel, and then if you wanted to hide the network. And then if we select share, it will give us a QR code that we can just simply show somebody and they can scan it and they can access. Here we have our MLO network. Right now it's off. This is the multi-link network, allowing it to kind of smush all the channels into one. They didn't want that. This is not in my house, so this is how they preferred things to be set up. Down here we could see everything looks good. It shows my download, my upload, 11 clients, and then network. Here's my Hub 1 and Hub 2, and we could change the way that this looks so that it's more of a standard view as opposed to a mapped view. So notice in the standard view though, you can see signal strength, but also who's using up more bandwidth. So living room right now isn't doing much, but it has 9 devices connected to it. Bedroom has 2 devices, but is using up more resources. Selecting one will bring you further in, allowing you to see download and upload, signal strength, and the individual devices, as well as what that client is doing at that time, which is also accessible through here. I can tap on this and it'll bring me into that view. We have our online clients. Selecting this will show you every client that happens to be attached to your network at the time. Upper right-hand corner here, you can block list specific things if you wanted to. Selecting any one of the items will allow you to see signal strength, download, upload, set it as priority, set a family member. So if you want to create a specific profile for a family member, you can do that. You can isolate a device. I tend to do that with my IoT devices. Connection preferences, what it's currently connected to, what you'd prefer it to connect to, and then Wi-Fi preferences, and then mesh technology on or off. And then we can just block it right from here if we wanted to. We have our smart home integration right here. Not going to touch on that right now. We're going to come down to the bottom. That was all under our network. That was our command center as I described it. Then we have security. So no risks currently found. 3 security tips. You can select your scan details. So router security, firmware is good, port forwarding, wireless security. So most of this is okay. It says that the password is weak, and I would agree. You've got some free trials of web protection, intrusion prevention, and IoT protection. We have our Wi-Fi access control. So this is another place you can access your block list. We have our device isolation. Here I did isolate specific smart home gadgets that they happen to have. We have camera security. So you have add a camera for home mode or local mode. So what this will do is, regardless of what type of camera it is, this will kind of cut its connection when you're home. And this would, on local mode, any cameras added to this mode will only work on your local network and will be unable to access the internet at any time. So no talking out, just localized stuff, which isn't bad. Security Plus, you have your 30-day free trial of that, which are the things that we kind of talked about before. That's all under our security. We have parental controls. You would have to set this up for if we get started. What this will do is allow you to set specifics for individual devices based on a user that you create. So flexible time, content filtering, and online usage analysis. I like data, that would be kind of cool. And distinct profiles based on somebody's age. So we can go create now. We can say, yeah, we're going to use this. This is blah, 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 blah. That's a name. And then you set a specific age. So we'll say 10 and then next. And then you would pick a device, select done, and now we have a profile. So blocked websites, we don't have any yet, but we can add keywords or websites for blocking. Web filtering, well, what do we want to block? You can see there's a lot to do. Won't dive into that just for YouTube purposes. You've got bedtime, so you can say when I set this, so every day 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. I can turn this off completely. I can set weekends, weekdays, but notice weekdays/weekends and customs are locked because you need to upgrade to the advanced parental controls for that. Similarly for safe search and YouTube restriction and time limits and off time. So there are some benefits to this, but the fact that some of it you have to pay for, I don't know. I guess if you're a parent and need that type of restrictions, it's a good thing to have. On the go, this is a profile. This will allow you to manage your kids' online activity and content on the go, ensuring digital safety. So you would create another profile, allow you to set that up. Now I'm going to go back in here and it would show you a history of everything, but I'm going to edit this profile and delete it because I actually set it up for a digital picture frame. And like I said, my friend does not actually need parental controls. And then we have more. So more is going to show you the lab. So these are some features that are up and coming. They're in beta. You've got your reports, gives you a monthly or a weekly. So I can change that right here. You have your parental controls, something set up. You could see it there. Discover. Well, this is going to be discover other Tapo devices. QoS, well, this will allow you to set specific bandwidth limitations or priority devices. That's all done with that. You've got your VPN client, which you don't actually need. So Wi-Fi settings, this is just another way to access what we had before. Guest networks, you can set up a guest network simply by coming in here, turning on guest network and creating a password for it. It'll say Wi-Fi name and then guest network. You've got your IoT network. So if you really have IoT devices, you should slap that on and stick your IoT devices on that. WPS controls, see that they're enabled for that. Internet connection will show you your IPv4 versus IPv6 selections. Wi-Fi access control, again, this is going to bring you into your block list like we talked about before. Network optimization, so right now it's scanning to see if there's any interference with either the 2.4 or 5 gigahertz network. This is something that shows up in the reports as well, letting you know, hey, is everything working as it's supposed to? We have our test internet speed, so we ran one of those before. You have your VPN client. So here are the supported clients. Notice they do have most of the big names out there, as well as you can add your own. You have VPN server. So if you wanted to set up a server to act as your VPN, you can do that. Advanced. You've got your operation mode, whether it's a Wi-Fi router or an access point, static routing, IPTV, VLAN, MAC cloning, DDNS, which you can set up. You got your LAN IP, DHCP server, lots of information in there. Wireless network mode, you have optimal performance or high capacity. I have it on optimal performance for them. Address reservation, not going to show that. Fast roaming, beamforming, and NAT forwarding. So that's all under your advanced. You have your connection alerts. Do you want it to let you know if there's a new device or if the network goes down, it'll send a notification. You have managers. Right now I'm listed as the only manager, but if I wanted to give control over to them, I can add them that way. We also have our LED control. So I kind of wish that you could do this by a node by node basis, but you have either LED status lights always on, always off, or schedule. So I scheduled it during what would be their sleep time because they do have one of them in a bedroom. And then we have our system, which is going to show us MAC addresses things. Right now it's showing me the main living room. So we have our system time. It will show us our system time. We have update deco, which will check and see if there's any updates. And right here you can see the main one is letting me know that it's completely up to date. I can reboot. I can schedule reboots, which is really good, or I can back up. So I can restore as necessary. That is everything that we can do for the TP-Link Deco BE2600 in the Deco app.